Hollywood is in a very bad place, and the situation there just got a whole lot worse with this new breaking news that has just come out that we are going to be talking about that has to deal with the relationship between, the government and Hollywood and everything else, especially when it comes to Biden and a lot of the crazy things that are continuing to happen in this country all over the place. So let's go ahead and get into this entire story here and break down what is going on. Hollywood is totally in a state of panic right now as they are continuing to crumble and fall, but this is the bet that they made and they are going to lay in it. So Biden inflation crushing woke Hollywood as production costs soar. Woke Hollywood is a place that is continuing to die, continuing to fade, and that is because for many reasons. Some of them have to do with the fact that there are less and less people going out to see woke films that are being pushed by Hollywood and many, very aggressively in some situations, such as Lightyear and everything else. And at the same time, they also were the ones that helped to get people like Biden into office, and now they are dealing with the consequences with that as well. So let's go ahead and get into all of this. Hollywood went all in for Joe Biden in 2020, and now they are paying the price, literally, as the cost of movie and TV production soars to levels that are giving entertainment executives sticker shock. Industry leaders told The Hollywood Reporter that inflation has impacted virtually every aspect of physical production, including fuel, electric equipment, and even small items like gaffer tape. And this is something that I've thought was, really interesting because, to be honest, this is something that I've had to kind of deal with as well because, we, speaking of which, there's that. But speaking of which, even with like EpicVerse Studios, right? Like this is something that I've had to kind of deal with as well because obviously with the prices of everything that is going up, EpicVerse Studios, my film studio that I am getting off the ground right now, that I'm founding and everything else, we are having to deal with some of that as well. Higher costs and everything else because of the continual rises of prices of everything. So if you guys want to, please go support EpicVerse over on Twitter, over on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel for it and everything else. We are currently working on a website for EpicVerse as well, and I'm very excited to announce more of that very soon. And but in the meantime, if you guys can, just go support us by giving us a follow, a subscribe, all of that type of stuff. That would really mean a lot to us as we are continuing to work towards this. But we're not really focused on that right now. Let's get back to Hollywood here and see what is going on with the craziness over there. The accessibility of steel and lumber due to supply chain issues have driven up the cost of materials by at least 25 to 30%. Herb Games, executive vice president of physical production at Legendary, the studio behind Christopher Nolan's Batman movies, reportedly said, "All across the board, we're facing increased costs," said Brian Cooper, a partner at soundstage company S2CO, where I could build a $3 million stage 5 years ago. That's $8 million now. That is a huge price jump. That is absolutely ridiculous. That's just like, I can't even wrap my mind around how much of a giant increase that is. We're asking, this scene is 7/8 of a page. Do we need the set, which costs $500,000? These are literally the same questions that we're dealing with over at EpicVerse right now, and it's all because of the Biden inflation. That's exactly what is going on. The price of gas in California has reached unprecedented levels, well above the already inflated national average. For the first time, we're asking how to reduce fuel expenditures. So things are not looking good over in Hollywood right now, as they are not only, just think about this, because not only are the prices of everything rising, but also, the people are paying less money to go see movies in theaters and subscriptions for streaming services and everything else. So the prices are getting higher. The subscriptions are going down, especially at places like Netflix. So it's just going to continue to hurt Hollywood more and more, as not only are they helping get people like Biden into office, but they're also continuing to push woke insanity, which means that they're just shooting themselves in the foot at this point, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, people continue to say, oh, well, money really speaks for Hollywood, and they're really going to turn themselves around, but at the same time, they continue to have the government bail them out, and they continue to pander to the government and everything else, and try to get them to you know, bailed them out time and time again. And so because of that, they're able to continue to push the woke neo-Marxist agendas that they are going to continue to push. They don't care at the end of the day that they continue to lose money. That is not what this is all about for Hollywood at the end of the day. It is all about propaganda. It is all about pushing agendas, and the agendas that they are pushing is not good for the country. So with all of that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon. Bye.